Hello, everyone, and welcome to my home, welcome to my kitchen, welcome to my heart. Welcome to Fats Where the Flavor's At. Today I'm going to have the joy of making one of my favorite things in the world to make, my Sunday pork gravy. And yeah, depending on where you come from in the United States, most people like to call it sauce, but those of us who come from the Northeast know that when meat's involved, and there's meat, when there's meat involved, it's gravy. And I don't give a damn what anybody else tells me. So that said, we've got some olive oil in the big pot here. We kind of just semi-browned a little bit of garlic. Now we're going to go ahead and put the meat into the pan, all right? I've got a couple of Italian sausage. I always like to hear that sizzle. I'm going to crank the heat up just a little bit. Some good Italian sausage. We're going to brown the meat. Now I poke little holes in the skin of the sausage, because what I want here is I want to extract the fat from the sausage and I want to get it into the olive oil. And that's going to help create the flavor of the gravy, not the sauce. I've got a couple of bone-on pork chops, which we'll also take out in a little bit. We'll try to get as much fat and flavor from both the bone and the fat of the pork chop. I got to warn my photographer here, please be careful. It's a little volatile, it might pop, might get you. So we'll let the meat brown. After the meat browns, I'll throw in a little white wine to deglaze, get all those flavors from the fats, from the meats that are in the olive oil and the garlic. After that, I'll throw a little tomato paste, create sort of a little roux, if you will, with the tomato paste. I'll add our tomatoes. Very important point when we talk about tomatoes now. There are a lot of canned tomatoes out there, and some of us actually like to use fresh tomatoes. For me, for a good Italian sauce, red sauce, or gravy, San Marzano tomatoes are the best. Very important though, there are a lot of canned tomatoes that just say San Marzano. Look for the ones that say DOP. This is Italy's certification guarantee that these are true tomatoes from San Marzano and are up to the standards that are expected of San Marzano tomatoes. So we got two 28-ounce cans here waiting to go in. I'm going to start to turn these guys a little bit, starting to get a little brown on them. And that's all I really want to do. I just want to get a little heat on them. I want to get a little color to them. And I'm not going to cook them all through. The joy of this Sunday gravy and what makes it special is that the pork will actually cook into the sauce over the next couple of hours. So we'll let that brown. I'm going to get my cutting board ready. We got some nice flavors in there. We got some nice brown bits on the bottom of the pan. I don't know what that guy is, but I'm getting him out of there. Get out of it. Get off of there, son of a gun, you. All right. Whoop. Slippery. All right. So we got all that going on. We're going to hit it with white wine. Watch out. Don't set off the fire alarm. A wooden spoon to get those bits up. Stir that all up. So what you have here now is just a nice sort of pork broth that's created from the fats of the meat, the white wine, the olive oil, the sense of the garlic in there. Get all the scrape up as much as I can. All right. Next up, a little tomato paste. Now, tomato paste is a personal choice. Some people like to use it, some people don't. I like it. I like a little concentration and a little thickness element. So I'm going to put in just a little bit of tomato paste. That's probably all I need. And I'm going to stir that in with what I've got going on here. Get that all turned around. And what I want to do is cook the paste for about 3 or 4 minutes. Just sort of blend it in with everything else. Breaks up nicely. All right, that's probably about right. Got this broken up a little bit. So now we add the tomatoes. Again, 2 28-ounce cans. I've got the cloves of garlic that we browned earlier. We'll go ahead and put that in there. Stir that up nicely. All right. So while that's sort of cooking, what I'll do is I'll hit it with a little salt and a little crushed red pepper. That'll do. All right. So while that's cooking slowly, what I want to do is I want to take my sausage, I want to take my pork, and I want to cut them into pieces that are a little bit more approachable, easier to eat when they come out. Now these are far from cooked through, as you can tell, but that's what I'm counting on. I'm counting on them cooking all the way through in the sauce, into the gravy. So those go right in. And I'm really just interested in the meat at this point. I'll cut away as much fat as I can. Even though fat's where the flavor's at, I've pretty much gotten what I want out of these guys, fat-wise. I want to just kind of create some nice pieces of pork that'll be beautiful with your pasta dish later on. Up in the nice little bite-sized cubes, maybe a little bigger than bite-sized for some of us. Not me, but for some of us. And we're just going to let that cook over the next hour, hour and a half or so. And again, get all the flavors out of the meat that we possibly can. Let those tomatoes cook down, get a little bit more intensive flavor, thicken as it cooks. And we've got what we really want in the way of a great pasta sauce or gravy. I will finish it at the very end with some fresh picked Italian flat-leaf parsley and basil, just to give it some more, another depth of flavor. And then it's ready for our pasta, which we'll serve up in just a little while. Come on back and we'll see you then. Thank you. The meat is cooked through. The flavors have all kind of come and permeated the red sauce. So what we have here again is a quintessential, beautiful Sunday pork gravy. All right, so who's ready for some pasta?
I'm ready.
All right. Now, I have made fresh pasta for you folks in the last couple episodes, but every now and then I will buy dry pastas. If I do buy dry pastas, I try to buy the very best I can find. Gentile happens to be one of my favorites. There are a couple of very good ones, but I tend to stay away from the grocery store dry pastas. So what we've done here is we've got a mezzi peccari rigati. So we've got some threaded peccari pasta, a little shorter than what most peccaris are, but they're robust. And because they're rigati, they're going to stick to the sauce much better. And we'll work this into the sauce, into the gravy. Try to always cook your pasta al dente. Whatever the package says, subtract a minute for al dente. All right, if it says 10 minutes to al dente, cook at 9. All right, because they're always at least a minute more than what they probably should be. One of the hardest things to find in any restaurant these days is perfectly cooked pasta. And this is something very near and dear to my heart. So we've got our pasta all nicely coated with the Sunday pork gravy. We'll plate up. And now when I plate up a plate of pasta with red sauce, a couple very important things. One, first off, the pasta, the meat. Get off of there. Very important. You don't want too much sauce. You don't want too much of the gravy. You really want the pasta to be the star. You want the meat to be the star. Little sausage, all right? Anytime there's a red sauce, there better be some ricotta cheese. So again, thank you, Galbani, for your double cream ricotta. We're gonna put a little spoon right like that. We're going to grate a little fresh Parmigiano Reggiano. And we'll finish with just with a leaf or two of some fresh basil. And there you have peccari rigati with Sunday pork gravy and a little ricotta cheese. Miss Lisa? Be first this time. Well, that wraps up another episode, and again, a great joy for me to be able to cook for those of you who are here and for those of you who are watching. I hope you enjoyed what we did. And listen, if you'll notice, you don't see me measuring a lot of things. I encourage you to reach down into your own hearts and discover and find your joy. All right, that's what I use to cook when I cook for people that I love, like the people that are here today. I do want to make one point. I want to acknowledge this lovely lady here. All right, Lisa and I have been friends for a lot of years, and she is an immensely talented artist. And it is Lisa Lee, or do we go Lisa Bottle Lee?
Either or is fine.
I just say, I hear you, and she knows I'm talking to her. But Lisa's responsible for the logo that I'm looking forward to sharing with everyone through our social media and some potential wearables coming down the road as well. So Lisa, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I'm so happy that you guys are here. And
I'm thankful to be a part of it.
that was Sunday pork gravy with macaroni, a little ricotta. I hope you enjoyed it. And I look forward to seeing you guys next time. Next time we're going to do some bone-on veal chops, parmigiana, with a little red sauce and cheese. And until then, I'll see you soon. We'll raise our glasses as we always do to good friends, to family, to fat, food, fun, and flavor, because fat's where the flavor's at. See you next time. Thank you.